Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you for being with me again today. In the past few videos I made regarding the issue, I stated that there are some important developments occurring in the Western support for Ukraine in its fight with Russia, and I spoke about Russia's offensive being on the different fronts. It seems like the whole front moves forward. The Ukrainians said that they are remaneuvering their armies, but it's not a retreat. And some important politicians started saying that maybe Ukraine should give up some of its land and maybe discuss some peace treaty with Russia, which angered the president of the Ukrainians, Zelensky. And here we have, and I said maybe it's an ending in the next 2 days, going to be a decision. The Russians, it seems like they are, from what I read, making major breakthroughs. In this case, this is an important article from Reuters, by Natalia Zinets and Connor Humphreys. And this is the title of this article. Russia captures center of Lyman and encircles most of Sievierodonetsk. So Ukraine, Russian forces in eastern Ukraine captured the center of the railway hub town of Lyman and encircled most of Sievierodonetsk, Ukrainian officials acknowledged on Friday, as Kiev's forces fell back in the face of Moscow's biggest advance for weeks. So acknowledged on Friday, as Kiev's forces fell back, retreated in the face of Moscow's biggest advance for weeks. So that actually confirms what I was saying, but I'm not gonna just put a medal on my chest. I think that was obvious though. Ukraine insisted its forces were still holding firm at new defensive lines in the eastern Donbas region, despite the apparent Russian advances on two of the major fronts there. Battles that showed how momentum has shifted in recent days. Yes, momentum shift. Moscow's separatist proxies said they were fully in control of Lyman, a railway hub that Russia has been attacking from the north in one of the main axes of its advances. So yeah, they're advancing. So when you hear the Western paid mass media, corporate mass media telling otherwise, Russians, wait, patience is a virtue. Wait a little bit and they're going to bring it to you. Their own thing, Reuters, will bring it to you eventually. Ukrainian officials acknowledged that Russia had captured most of the town, but the defense minister said forces were still holding out in northeastern and southwestern districts, blocking the Russians from launching an advance towards Sloviansk, a major city a half-hour drive further southwest. Further east, Russian forces had encircled two-thirds of the city of Sievierodonetsk. Lugansk region governor Serhiy Gaidai said. The city is in the eastmost major population center. So the city is the easternmost major population center still held by Ukrainian Donbas, and Russia has been trying to trap Ukraine's main army there. So it says here that Oleksiy Arestovich, an advisor to Ukraine's president, said in an interview overnight that Lyman had fallen, and that the well-organized Russian attacks there showed that Moscow's military was improving its tactics and operations. The advance has gained ground since Russian forces broke through Ukrainian lines south of Sievierodonetsk in the city of Popasna last week. That was not really, news, because why? We know. And here it says that Natalia Kovalenko had finally come up in recent days from the cellar where she had been sheltering to sleep amid the wreckage of her own flat, the balcony. So we have here some testimonies from some witnesses who said, well, this is what the Russians did to us, but nevertheless, they are advancing. It says here, the Ukrainian military Southeastern Command said Russia was shipping in military equipment from Crimea, building a third line of defense to prepare for a potential Ukrainian counterattack, and mining the banks of a huge reservoir behind a dam on the Dnipro River that separates the forces. In an overnight address, Zelensky criticized the European Union for dithering over a ban on Russian energy imports, saying the bloc was funding Moscow's war effort with €1 billion a day. Well, you see, the thing is, the Russians are selling their oil to other markets, not necessarily Europe. So he can yell at Europeans how much he wants. They have no legal alliance or formal alliance with Ukraine in order to help them in any way. So Zelensky should close his trap a little bit and shouldn't be so accusatory towards his helpers that are helping him without any legal obligations. They don't have to help him at all, but because he's that kind who asks you, okay, you helped me yesterday, well, what did you do for me today? Then because he's that kind, then there you have it. He's gonna ask you every day to do something for him, forever and ever. So, U.S. officials say the Biden administration is now considering supplying Kiev with the M142 high-mobility artillery rocket systems, which is HIMARS. I made a video on that, which can have a range of hundreds of kilometers. Well, we have concerns about escalation, and yet still do not want to put geographic limits or tie their hands too much with the stuff we're giving them, said the U.S. official on condition of anonymity. I disconsider those who don't have the balls to come and say, hey, my name is Tom Jones, this is what I say. And you know what? Anonymity. Why? You're going to lose your job? Then Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov warned that any supplies of weapons that could reach Russian territory would be a serious step towards unacceptable escalation. So Russia calls its invasion of Ukraine a special military operation to defeat Nazis there. The West describes this as a baseless justification for a war of aggression. Yeah, okay. Nevertheless, what's going on? It seems like even these guys are admitting that the Russians are breaking the front and they're almost encircling certain Ukrainian units over there, and the Ukrainians are remobilizing, reassessing their positions, and they cannot hold back. The Americans want to provide more weapons. That's for de-escalating the conflict, obviously. And, you need manpower. You need manpower. And not only that, you need tactical knowledge. You have to conduct a war, not only with, hey, let's go straight forward, kill them. You're more than they are. No, your number is greater than their number. It's not only that. You have to be tactical as well, obviously. And it seems like so far the Russians advanced, so they reached their goal as of now. But I don't know if their timeline. So when you hear them, oh, they're behind schedule, according to who? What's the schedule? Do you have a schedule? Can I have it? Can I look at it? Oh, no. Okay. Well, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.